You're watching E.T.N. Entertainment-related new, entertainment-related discussion. Share and subscribe.
Hey guys, welcome to Entertainment Talk Nation. This is Rob. This video, we're doing another Patreon request, this time a Godzilla video, and this one comes from Angry Sandshrew. Thank you very much for becoming a Patreon. And before I get into his request, let me let you know that Andrew has his own business, and if you love socks, visit GreatLakesShark.com. GreatLakesShark.com. These are basically socks that he designs himself. He makes them himself. He sells them on the website. He's got not only socks for everybody, but he's also got diabetic socks, which, if anyone here is unaware, there's special socks that don't compress the ankle for diabetics, helps their blood flow better. So if you're interested, check it out. And I'll leave a link in the description. Congratulations on your business. I know that your name is listed as Angry Sandshrew. I'm sure that's not your real name, but congratulations on your business. And let's get to your request. So Angry Sandshrew asks, if the monsters in Godzilla 2, Rodan, Mothra, and King Ghidorah, end up getting killed off and each monster's spot had to be replaced for another movie, what monster would you replace each monster with, and what is your reasoning for each choice? Very good question. And you know, there's one monster right off the bat I've always said that I thought should be in the Monsterverse. That's Anguirus. So I would definitely put him in there for many reasons. One is that he is among the top recognizable monsters in the Godzilla Toho universe. Outside of those top three that we initially are getting for this upcoming movie, I think he would have probably been on that list as well. So definitely him. Plus he's got a great design. I love Anguirus is one of the more popular kaiju, and I just love his design. I love the whole porcupine look. And the horns on top of his head, he's got like those 5 or 6 horns. The horn on his snout, very reminiscent of a rhinoceros. I think he would be a great design in the Monsterverse. It's something that's not too complex. It's something that's very a lot more grounded when you compare it to Mothra and King Ghidorah, and I just think he'd fit great. Now my other two are a little bit more strategic thinking. Because they're not among the more popular kaiju, maybe amongst, again, one of our us hardcore fans, but I'm speaking in general for the audience. One monster I would take is Kumanga, the giant spider. The reason I would take this monster is because you can incorporate him from Monster Island. From Kong Skull Island if you wanted to give him an origin. The other reason is people who like to get scared, or people who are, a lot of people are scared of spiders. And I just think he'd be a perfect monster if you wanted to give that fear factor in your kaiju movie, especially the people in the general audience who may not see it coming. And I think it would be great. I think he would just have a great effect. Again, it's a design that's not very difficult. It's very grounded. It's very, plausible to see a giant spider. Many people fear giant spiders. So imagine a spider of this size running through your city. So I would definitely take Kumanga for that reason. For the fear factor, the design simplicity, and some of the, freedom that they can have in the design. And then also primarily very easy to incorporate into the story when you consider what we saw during Kong Skull Island with the big spider scene. Of course, he wouldn't look like that. He'd look different, but it's a plausible story and it's easy to link and even insert into the continuity they have so far. So, and then my third monster, believe it or not, this might be a shocker to some people, I'm going to go with Titanosaurus. Yeah, I'm going to go with Titanosaurus. The reason for my choice here is when you look at all the monsters that we've had up to this point leading into Godzilla 2 in this Monsterverse, you've had a lot of flying monsters. In the first movie you had the Muto, one of them flew. In this movie, all three of these monsters fly: Mothra, King Ghidorah, and Rodan. So I do think we need another land-based creature. If we're going to go with 3 monsters that can fly, why not go with 3 monsters that are land-based? In this particular one, Titanosaurus, I would probably in this movie give a bigger spotlight than he ever had in the Toho universe, because you can kind of design him as someone very similar to Godzilla. He's aquatic, okay? The design, obviously you don't want that roar. That roar is just horrendous. But I think he'd be a good fit and play even another good, you could build him up as your big monster in this particular movie. If you had to replace. That's my choice though. That's a little bit more on the strategic front, because all these monsters I think are a little bit easier to incorporate into the world and a little bit more grounded. Where if you viewed my past videos, I've always said that while I love the idea of Mothra and Ghidorah, they're a little bit hard to sell. So that's why it's going to be interesting to see how they pull this off. This is a safer approach. It's a little bit more consistent approach, and it's more along the lines of monsters you can fit into the story rather easily, especially when it comes to Kumanga and Anguirus and Titanosaurus. There's no reason why Godzilla has to be the only hybrid aquatic / land kaiju in the series. Why not have another hybrid aquatic / land kaiju in the movie to rival him? And I think Titanosaurus is a perfect fit. Now, they could also bring their own designs in, but if I was the creator, if they brought me in, these are the 3 monsters I would put in the movie to replace King Ghidorah and Mothra and Rodan, assuming that they all died. And no, it's not something that's going to make people fall to their knees on the kaiju end. But again, knowing that I have to go after the general audience knows little to nothing about these 3 monsters, so I can build them up to be bigger in my series than they would normally be in a Toho series. So there you have it. Those are my picks. Anguirus, Titanosaurus, and Kumanga. I know I can fit them into the story. I know they have a very plausible design, and I know that I can design them in such a way and give them a story in such a way that can make them bigger and badder in this movie than they normally would be portrayed in the Toho movie, and the general audience would be none the wiser to that, because that's the audience I have to go after if I want to make my money and if I want to continue my series. All right, guys, what would be your 3 monsters to replace the big 3 in Godzilla King of the Monsters coming up if they had died? What 3 monsters from the Kaiju Toho universe, and it could only be Toho, would you take to replace those 3 in your movie? Until next video, this is Rob signing off for E.T.N, where we don't do news, we just talk entertainment. Take it easy.
Thank you for watching E.T.N. Click here to watch more content, or you can click here to become an E.T.N patron. Don't forget to leave a comment. Also, make sure you like and share this video. If you want to know when the next video is up, click the notification bell next to the subscribe button. And most of all, make sure to click that subscribe button for regular content.